Are you ready, baby?
We can just chill if you want to. We can pop a pill if you want to. You can bust a whip if you want to. We can take a trip if you want to. We can get it in if you want to. Do it all again if you want to. If I bring a friend, what you gon' do? We can talk about it when you gone. Come through, come through, come through. Come through, come through. We can talk about it when you come. We can talk about it when you come.
Now that's how you supposed to shoot. From now on, that's how you shoot.
Well, let them catch me when I fall, so I gotta take it higher. See the ice around my neck, you see me walking through the fire. So many chains on me. What I put up with these chains on me. I ain't never had no handout, now they wanna take from me. No weapons pulled on me. They will not prosper. They won't love me. Been through the fire.
Devil on my line, won't believe that shit he telling me. Like money can make y'all die. As I get high off this ketamine, you can see it in my eyes. That Gemini get the best of me. My daughter see me cry, they know they got what I got left of me. It's like my brother wanna see me fall. Cause every time I do some shit, he find a reason to not clap at all. I'm going through it, but I laugh it off. I wipe my tears and turn around, I'ma let God go get back at y'all. You niggas mad I made it, head to the sky, I'm faded. The ism game was basic, but I got on and saved it. Your mindset can't be basic, I knock a bitch with patience. Show me your dreams, let's chase them. First let me tie your laces, baby.
So many chains on me. What I put up with these chains on me. I ain't never had no handout, now they wanna take from me. No weapons pulled on me.
What else?
They will not prosper. They won't love me.
Oh, they don't like me, nigga. Do it all. Hey, it's critical. Half the shit I'm talking about is spiritual and literal. The devil on my shoulder, I ain't hearing you or fearing you. Stay up on my lane, ho, I'm steering you. I came to milk the motherfucking game like I bought cereal. It's 30 shots tucked up in my Glock cause it get iffy now. He jump bad, put him on that bad, permanently sitting down. I'm on the beach, chilling with my bitch, she got her titties out. It's 10 to go to sleep, and my day gon' cost me 50,000. That bitch you want, I won't even look at. My homie fell off, I picked him up, blood shook back. I got my first trap, I hit the gas and I ain't look back. That advice I gave your bitch ass, you fell off, you should've took that, nigga.
Well, let them catch me when I fall, so I gotta take it higher. See the ice around my neck, you see me walking through the fire. So many chains on me. What I put up with these chains on me. I ain't never had no handout, now they wanna take from me. No weapons pulled on me. They will not prosper. They won't love me. Been through the fire. They won't love.
Lucky.
It's meant to be making hits. Oh, God.
Good afternoon, my loves. Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. I have migraine, so keep your little nubby fingers to yourself. Hello, sissy. How are you? Happy St. Patty's Day to you as well. That's right. Here in the lounge, we have a special green martini. I think it is sour green apple. Make sure that you hit up your bartender. There's a lot to unpack in this live this afternoon. I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as I can. It's a busy day today, very, very busy. So I had a few reels that was still in my arsenal regarding DEI. I guess I must have missed them when I did my DEI live. So we're going to start there. I'm just going to play the reels and I'm going to get right into the content. Yes, this is a political live this afternoon on this great St. Patty's Day. Let me see, where do I want to start? I'm just going to cycle through them.
This post reads, veterans didn't know they were DEI hires because everyone thinks DEI means black. And this is the same thing that happened with affirmative action, because white women benefited the most from affirmative action, but got mad because they thought that people of color, black people, were getting admitted to college in place of them and didn't deserve to be. And the reason that the propaganda around affirmative action and diversity, equity, inclusion has worked this way is because of racism. And at a certain point, you have to realize that a lot of these people are grown adults who have the ability to look stuff up. Most of these veterans who do vote, most of these people getting into colleges who do vote, have the ability to look up what these actually are instead of listening to a charismatic man on a stage tell them what it means. And again, the reason that the propaganda works is because of the racism.
Many were surprised when they found out or realized that veterans fall under DEI. But let me share with you all the other categories that fall under DEI that are no longer protected. All right, the first category, neurodiversity. This category covered or protected individuals with autism, ADHD, dyslexia, or other neurological conditions. Socioeconomic status, essentially community members from low-income areas. The one we've spoken about was veterans. That one also is in that, falls under that, as well as active duty military spouses. Yes, my dependents, you fall under a category. And you are no longer protected by the DEI. Parental and caregiver inclusion, which means that they do not give a shit about you having to go take care of your child. No more flexible working schedule, no more nothing. Age diversity, they are going to be able to discriminate you if you're too young or if you're too old. Religious and spiritual practices, oh, you gotta go pray, you're fired, you're no longer protected. Oh, it's a holiday for you, don't care, you need to show up to work. None of this is protected anymore. Language. How many of us speak a different language and usually find a coworker that speaks it too and you're over there just chatting away? Yeah, you're no longer protected. And lastly, body diversity. You can now be discriminated by the size of your body, by what you look like.
When you don't have the best standards in who you're hiring, it means on the one hand, you're not getting the best people in government, but on the other hand, it puts stresses on the people who are already there. We want to hire the best people because we want the best people at air traffic control, and we want to make sure we have enough people at air traffic control who are actually competent to do the job. If you go back to just some of the headlines over the past 10 years, you have many hundreds of people suing the government because they would like to be air traffic controllers, but they were turned away because of the color of their skin. That policy ends under Donald Trump's leadership because safety is the first priority of our aviation industry.
So like JD Vance, I am a former Marine who used their GI Bill to attend Yale University. Here's my degree right there. And like JD Vance, who attended Yale Law School, I was there at the same time as him. We actually sat on the board of the Yale Veterans Association, which is an alumni association, and we both were able to be recipients of DEI efforts at Yale University. At the time that I was a student, there were only 5 veterans in my entire program. There are currently 25 in the Divinity School program now. In the undergraduate program, there are about 8 veterans. In the Eli Whitney program, there are currently about 15. Now, the law school where JD Vance was a student, he was one of about 6 students at the time at the law school. Currently, I'm pretty sure their numbers are in the 20s or the 30s when it comes to veterans. So these efforts to increase and push diversity, equity, and inclusion is something that benefited JD Vance. And he is now turning around and he's pulling the ladder up so that people like him who grew up in poor Appalachia, who joined the Marines, who were able to use the GI Bill, are no longer able to follow in his footsteps because he wants to remove the same DEI programs that got him to where he is today.
Did you hear that? Just a refresher on what DEI actually means. And yes, you heard it yourself from one of JD Vance's, who is our vice president, one of his, what? Give me water. That's what he asked you. It's in the freezer. My apologies. He benefited from a DEI program. That's how he got where he is. So clearly you can see these people do not use the parts of their brains that are needed for their jobs. You know, just had to remind you of that. Thank you so much, my love. I'm very appreciative. Those are by the refrigerator. So this morning I woke up, you know, I do my usual. I watched the news and heard something absolutely ridiculous. I said, oh no, I want to do a live about it. So this morning I found out via the news that President Donald Trump, I'm going to say he is attempting to void ex-President Biden's pardons. I know, very weird, something that does not happen. And quite frankly, it can't happen. You have never heard in the history of nothing a sitting president voiding the last sitting president's pardons. That is ridiculous. That is crazy talk. Everything that this person does, basically, is crazy talk. Let's start here.
Biden ran and said he would never do preemptive pardons. It was an issue that came up when you were leaving in your first time.
He thought, he heard that I was going to do it. I didn't want to do it. I was given the option. They said, sir, would you like to pardon everybody, including yourself? I said, I'm not going to pardon anybody. We didn't do anything wrong. And we had people that suffered. They're incredible patriots. We had people that suffered. You had Bannon put in jail. You had Peter Navarro put in jail. You had people that suffered. And far worse than that, they've lost their fortunes. They've lost their whatever, their nest egg, paying it to lawyers. And those people, and people said, and they wouldn't have even taken, most of those people, they wouldn't have even taken a pardon. This guy went around giving everybody pardons. And you know, the funny thing, maybe the sad thing, is he didn't give himself a pardon. And if you look at it, it all had to do.
What in the entire world would Biden need to pardon himself for? I was so lost when I watched this. What would have been the reason? I don't know. If you guys come up with something, let me know. Because right now I'm drawing a blank. He makes sure to talk about his first term and how he was asked, hey, are you going to pardon yourself? And he said, no. Why? I haven't done anything wrong. I feel like he did this interview because he was putting little bitty ideas in his supporters' minds so that I'm going to desensitize you into myself, pardoning myself, so that when it happens, you are not shocked. One thing that I can respect about this man is that he will tell you to your face in an idiotic way, though. He will tell you to your face what he is going to do or what he is planning to do so that you are not surprised when he does it. This is why the movement of FAFO, which is F around and find out, is so popular. It's moving, it's grooving because a lot of us, the bunches of us, okay, we knew exactly what this man was saying. We knew that he wasn't lying. We knew that he was telling the truth when he was saying all of these vile and despicable things to his constituents. It was those people who were played by his, what they call it, business savvy. That's all they focused on. They didn't focus on anything that he was saying with his own white, peach, whatever color his lips are, with his own lips. Okay? The tangerine told you in your face what his plans were, what he was going to do. They were even bold enough, because their constituents emboldened them, to tell you about Project 2025. Instead of hiding it and then just letting things happen as they may, they prepared you. They desensitized you to the fact that this is possible. So when it started happening, you would not be shocked, or at least people who pay attention to politics and care about their environment, care about other things other than the economy. They listened and they believed him. There was no reason for us to find out, because his words were good enough for us. And I state this as an independent, so never get it twisted. That whole little interview made no sense whatsoever. So, just in case you don't know, let's get the definition of what a pardon or a presidential pardon means. A presidential pardon is an act of legal forgiveness granted by the President of the United States, which wipes out the legal consequences of a federal conviction, restores civil rights, and ends any further punishment for a specific crime. So, let's be clear. It is the punishment, or the possible punishment of the crime, that it wipes away. The charge itself does not get wiped away. Just what could happen to you, such as jail time, or you get time served and be placed on supervision, all of that goes away. Once that goes away, though, you have the option of expunging or sealing your record, so it won't be found or it can't be seen. So basically, it just gives you a slap on the wrist, and the rest is up to you and your finances, your pocket, whether you want to have it show up if someone does a background check on you or something like that. This is madness, okay? Every single president has done a round of pardons towards the end of their term. Every single one. So this is not anything new, and this is not strange. What is strange is him trying to void out another president's pardons. Believe me, he most definitely will pardon himself. By that time, he's going to need to. His approval rating is in the trash right now. The only way that it could be better, because we haven't even gotten a full year of this man, the only way that it can get better is if he does do some good, some positive things for his base. Because at this point, I don't think he's going to do anything positive for people who aren't his base. Let's just be honest here. People who didn't vote, people on the left, and people like me, independent voters. I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to the whole thing that I'm going to read, but pay close attention to the end of what I'm going to read. Let me take down this banner. I gotta blow this up because I can't see it. Justice Department lawyers called the order by Judge Boasberg, who was nominated to the bench by President Barack Obama, a massive unauthorized imposition of the executive's authority. Mr. Trump's actions, they argued, are not subject to judicial review because of what they said was the president's inherent constitutional authority over national security and foreign policy matters, and that the federal courts as a whole lacked jurisdiction over his exercise of a war power. War power, people. War power. What war? Am I lost? Have I been asleep for a couple months or something? What war power? Basically, what that's saying is that he can practically do whatever he wants to in war times. He's using power that is above the normal power for him at his position. Okay, so when did we, as a country, decide that we were in war times? That is scary because that was an excuse for anything that he has done and for everything that he is going to do from this point until the future. We don't know how long we have this person. At the beginning, he was talking about, should he run again? You haven't even done anything this time. And you can't. You are at a 2-term limit. You can't do that. But trust me, he'll probably find some way, illegal of course, to try to not leave the White House, to not transfer power over to another person. We're living in very scary times. Okay? And it gets worse. It gets worse, people. So this is Trump's tweets. The pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselected committee of political thugs, you guys, and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by autopen. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them. More importantly, he did not know anything about them. The necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. He knew nothing about them. Understand what that means, I'll tell you at the end. And the people that did may have committed a crime. Therefore, those on the unselect committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me, just had to put himself in it, and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level. That is a threat, people. The fact is, they were probably responsible for the documents that were signed on their behalf without the knowledge or consent of the worst president in the history of our country, Crooked Joe Biden. I did a good job reading that as fast as I did because it's almost over. But what? So now he's saying that Biden didn't even know that these pardons were done. My God. Okay, so are you going to blame him for everything wrong that's happening right now? Or are you going to blame someone else? Because today, for this specific thing, you aren't blaming him for. But I need you to catch the grift. There's a reason why this man has said this in his tweet. Good afternoon, LJ. How are you, my love? Happy St. Patty's Day. I hope you have your green on. This man now is saying that Joe Biden did not have of some of these pardons because they were signed by a method that has been used by all presidents from the time it was enacted, which is basically auto signing them. I'm sorry, but that still makes a document legal. I have used an auto signature for a lot of things that I've had to do legally. I'm pretty sure you have. When you have too much time on your hands and you can't actually get to where you need to go to sign important documents, there is a way for them to be sent to you through email or otherwise, and you can auto sign them. There are apps, especially if you have an iPhone, that specifically do this for you. It is still a legal binding document because the document itself is what's legal. When you do that auto signature, it is done in your own handwriting. Listen to me now. It is done in your own handwriting. You are given basically a virtual pad. You're given a space, a rectangular space to use if you have a, what is that thing called that they have with Palm Pilots? I forgot. It was on the tip of my tongue. You guys know what I'm talking about. The little pen. You can either use that or you could use your finger to write your signature in that. What is it called? An Apple pen, but no, not that. I'm talking about, those certain phones that came with the little pen. Yeah, but what's the name of the pen? There you go, baby. Stylus pen. Thank you. And that right there is a preteen right there that told me that just now. But yes, a stylus pen. And you're writing your own signature. You're writing it yourself. You're writing it yourself. So it is your signature. Like, this is, come on now. A lot of people are being nutty right now, and I really don't understand why. Honestly, I don't. He needs to pardon himself on that. Girl, no, he don't. But I mean, he would be stupid if he didn't. Let's just be honest. Just like Biden would have been crazy if he didn't pardon his son. I just don't understand why he would need to pardon himself. That was so weird. He just threw that out there. So yes, it is still legally binding. So this rhetoric that this man is talking, he think he's slick, okay? He is a nut. But someone must be advising him that's not a nut. They can't stop him from doing the things that he has planned, but they can make it sound good or look good, at least, by saying he didn't know, he was clueless, to try to give more validity to the fact that these pardons need to be voided. I wish a person would. My president granted me a pardon, sorry. And that means I don't have to face the consequences of whatever I was being charged with or whatever I was convicted with. And I'm just walking around free. And, probably at this point by now, I would have expunged it or had it sealed so it wouldn't even show up. And this incoming president tells the world that my pardon is now voided. I probably would get ready to burn some shit up. No, you're not going to play with my freedom like that at all. I mean, look at what your pardons have done. We have multiple J6 rioters who have been back to jail for other crimes or have been wiped off the map because they truly were violent people. I think at this point, you really should not be talking because under your watch, under your leadership, look at what we have to show us what your thought process is all about and how it works. Just simple stupidity. That's what I'm going to call it at this point. Just simple stupidity. Hold on one second. Your son is laughing at you. I mean, I know what it's like. I'm just saying, you know, it smells like elderly people. Been gay. Yeah, day number 7. Oh, day 8. Yes, day 8. You're such a brave individual. I'm so proud of you, honey. I'm so proud. You're being ran ragged. Kudos to you. My bad, everyone. You know, family matters. So back on this tangerine fool. Every day, it's something new that gives us a wow moment. This, I thought you were back there giggling. You are. This boy is crazy. He is crazy. My son is crazy, y'all. Don't be laughing at us because we're old. You're going to get old too. Okay? You're going to feel everything that your parents are feeling right now. Okay? You pray every day that you make it there to where your back is hurting and your knees are hurting. Your dad has been working for over a week straight with no break. Okay? Show him some love. Show him some appreciation. Don't be laughing at him. Kids, I ain't gonna lie. We were all like that at one point, so it's nothing wrong with it. You get to understand as you grow older. So yeah, as I was saying, every day it is something new. It's a constant wow moment. I will say I knew that this man's presidency was going to be crazed. I'm just confused on how his constituents and people who basically use him to grift, there's so many people that do that. How are you guys explaining this? How are you guys understanding this? I mean, it's the craziest thing ever. When you guys said you wanted someone to shake up the White House, you got it. But I guarantee that you guys agreed that he's going to get rid of the waste. You guys wanted that. But I bet you did not know that the waste that he was going to get rid of, he was talking about your parents. He was talking about you. He was talking about people in your family who served this country proudly. Yeah, you didn't think he was talking about you guys being the waste. This is pathetic and sad. The last thing that I want to show, I'm going to go more into depth about all the things that he has done so far since he has been in the White House in a later video. This is just a quick one. The last thing, hold on to your hats. Hold on to your sombreros.
A dramatic showdown between the White House and the federal courts after the Trump administration deported hundreds of suspected Venezuelan gang members. They were placed on planes and flown to El Salvador over the weekend, despite a federal judge blocking the move and requiring any planes in the air to turn around and return to the United States. In a rare move, President Trump invoked the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 for the first time since World War II to speed up the deportations. On Air Force One last night, he was asked, did his administration violate the judge's order?
I don't know. You have to speak to the lawyers about that.
Are you planning to do more deportations?
I can tell you this. These were bad people. That was a bad group of, as I say, hombres.
The White House denying it defied the order to halt the flights that actually flew, saying it came after the migrants had already been removed from the U.S. territory, though the Washington Post now reporting that 2 of the flights left while the judge was reviewing the case and a third departed after the judge's ruling.
Okay, that video alone has so much to unpack. Wait a minute, 1 second. Babe, thank you, baby. My apologies once again. It's daytime. There's a bunch of things that are going on right now with my household. So anyway, let's unpack this. I'm gonna try to start with the more reasonable part and then get to the outrageous. I will play it again, okay? Because there's a part that you guys need to pay attention to, okay? So this Alien Enemies Act, basically what it is the president or the government having the right to deem certain groups of people or a person who is illegally here as a threat to either national security, the government, the president himself, other people. And that speeds up the process. It bypasses a lot of laws that we have enact to getting them the hell up out of here. This is what he is invoking right now to speed up the deportation process so that his numbers look good. You know what I mean? He can do it quicker and make it seem like this is a promise I made and I'm making good on this promise. So a group of Venezuelan, listen to me now, suspected gang members. Pay attention to the word suspected. Did you catch him? Damn. He'll come back. Once he realizes he doesn't have it, he'll come back. He doesn't really need it, but he'll come back. Okay, so people leaving out the house, forgetting phones and wallets and all that good stuff. Back to what I was saying. Getting thrown off. See, this is why this is going to be a quick live. It's just too much going on. So, a group of Venezuelan men, I'm guessing just all men, who are suspected gang members were placed. It was supposed to be 400. I'm not sure if it was the whole 400 that made it there. I know for a fact, though, it was at least 200 who made it to El Salvador. He came up with some type of agreement with the El Salvadorian government to send them from America to Mexico. Now, here's the issue. Once there, the El Salvadorian government could keep these people incarcerated for up to a year, but they can also extend it. It depends on what their government decides. So basically, these men were kidnapped. It's a kidnapping. Okay, and they're being held against their will because they are suspected gang members, not confirmed gang members, but suspected, which means we at least know some of these people do not have criminal records. This is so inhumane. It is morally wrong and it's illegal, but he's the president and this is something that he's doing. Imagine if that was your loved one. Imagine if it was someone that you know, or it was you that they just grabbed up and kidnapped for no reason and sent you to another country that's not your own to be incarcerated there. I mean, if you were going to have them incarcerated, why you just didn't keep them here until you can get them back to where they belong? I mean, this is cruelty. This is pure cruelty. Absolutely inhumane. Absolutely unjust. And absolutely morally wrong. Let's go deeper, because that's an issue. He defied a judge orders. A judge ordered it like last minute. The judge specifically said, if you have planes in the air, I am ordering you to turn those planes around. And as you heard her say, it is believed that there was a plane in the air and it was able to land, and he sent another plane off after the order was given. Now he's defying our courts, people. You are not higher than the court, the Supreme Court. You are not higher than them. Yet, I guess he thinks he is. This is something that we have never seen before. Probably never will see it again. This is preposterous. This is diabolical. It's maddening. It is absolutely maddening. Even with all of that is going on, all that to the story, I still found something worse. Pay close attention. I'm going to play it again, and then I'm going to point out what was even worse than everything I just said.
A dramatic showdown between the White House and the federal courts after the Trump administration deported hundreds of suspected Venezuelan gang members. They were placed on planes and flown to El Salvador over the weekend, despite a federal judge blocking the move and requiring any planes in the air to turn around and return to the United States. In a rare move, President Trump invoked the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 for the first time since World War II to speed up the deportations. On Air Force One last night, he was asked, did his administration violate the judge's order?
I don't know. You have to speak to the lawyers about that.
Are you planning to do more deportations?
I can tell you this. These were bad people. That was a bad group of, as I say, hombres.
The White House denying it defied the order to halt.
I'm going to stop right there. Did you guys catch it? Did you guys catch the utter disrespect and racism that this man who is our sitting president just displayed? Check it out, up close and personal.
Bad group of, as I say, hombres.
The White House denying it defied the order to.
Did you hear the anchor? Did you hear the anchor? What she did was a sigh and a scoff. A sigh and a scoff. The White House, because she is on air, she cannot vocalize how disgusting that was. A little education here. Hombre, that's what he called them. In Spanish, that means like a man. Like, there's other terms that they use for male, man, he, whatever, such as él. But if you speak Spanish, if anyone in your family speaks Spanish, you know that they also use that word. Boy, you all right? Okay. They also use that word as slang. If you are not a Spanish speaker, let's keep it real, people. That word is normally used by non-Spanish speaking people as like a way to slur. I'm just being honest. Quick fact. Black people, we are the only race where every single language on this planet has a slur for us. There is no other race where every single language has a slur for them. Just us. Just us. Normally in Spanish-speaking communities, when they want to slur you as a Black person, or there's still people who use the term African American for the people who believe that their ancestors came from there, they use a certain word. which basically also defines the color black. But it's the way that they use it when they are putting together sentences that matters. They can either use it as a noun or they can use it as a verb. Well, not a verb, I'm sorry. Yeah, a verb. They can either use it as, no, I'm wrong, as an adjective. Like, for instance, they'll say that she is Negro. If I'm not mistaken, it's like ella es un negrita or negrito, right? They're saying that you're black, meaning I'm describing what you are. Okay? Él es un negro, negroto, right? If they say it like ella es un negrita or una negrita, they're calling you a black. Okay, so there's a difference. You hear what I'm saying? When they call you black or negro, they're talking about your race. When they call you a black, un or una negrita, negrito, they're calling you a black, which means they're calling you a nigga. So yeah, even it might sound good, but at least be prepared, people. I just told you something that you probably didn't know. So every language on this planet can slur us, but not everyone. You know what I mean? Just us, which is weird as hell to me, but I digress. The way that he used that term, we knew that they were men, okay? The way that he used that term was disgraceful. It was a way to slur those men. One more time, you guys.
Bad group of, as I say, hombres.
The White House denying it defied the order to halt the flight.
They scoff aside, like, what the fuck? I wasn't supposed to use that word in this life, but hey, that's what that was. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why would you say that? You already said that these were a bad bunch of people. You put that out there. You said it already. You described them already. Why did you need to do that, though? Like, it would have been 10 times worse if he would have used the word essay. That would have been horrible. And I know he wanted to, but he thought, hey, hombre it's a little bit more, settling. Let's use that word. For him to do that in a public space, for him to do that on a live recorded broadcast, what? For him to do that where we could pick that up and we could talk about it. Now, there's only certain places where you're going to find someone who is going to point that out. When it comes to like syndicated places, you're not going to find them talking about that. What it do, Jamel? How are you, my love? It's good to see you. Happy St. Patty's Day. I hope you got your green. This is utterly disrespectful. It should anger everyone. Even if it wasn't you, even if he didn't disrespect you or your people, you still should be alerted and concerned by that because it's possible for him to do that. This is ridiculous. I mean, personally, to me, listen, he disrespected me already.
We begin today with the good news that President Donald Trump opened Black History Month by mentioning the renowned abolitionist Frederick Douglass. The bad news is he doesn't seem to realize that he's dead. This is Donald Trump speaking at the Black History Month.
I don't even want to hear him. He dead, okay? Frederick Douglass cannot be doing wonderful things for the community, and you're speaking in a present tense, and this man has been deceased. This man doesn't even know history, people. We learned that in school. Like, huh? I'm confused. Are you angry that some of these people who are here without proper paperwork, because some of them, if you have a visa, if you're here to work, you are here legally. I'm just confused here. But he's also calling those people illegals. So this is kind of weird to me. You actually have a reason to be here. You have documentation on why you are here. This man doesn't even understand that concept. Good afternoon, Cutting Edge. How are you, my love? Happy St. Patty's Day. I hope you have your green on. I hope you are in good spirits today. This man is just treacherous. Very much. He doesn't care about the Constitution. He doesn't care about the history of this country. This country he loves so much that he's trying to make great again. How do you not know who Frederick Douglass is, fool? Why are you on national television calling those Venezuelan men hombres? And normally when you use that word, you're specifically talking about Mexicans, people of Mexican descent, not Venezuelans. You don't even know the map, do you? You don't know the difference between Mexico, which is in North America, and the countries in South America, do you? This fool crazy. He's beyond crazy in my eyes, because at least be educated. This is why I call him a nut and I call him stupid. I never said that he wouldn't make a good president. What I said is the man was stupid. And this is proving, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, if you guys remember. This is proving that he is stupid. Very stupid. But keep in mind, the people who voted for him, they only cared that he was a businessman because they believe that the country is a business. What type of rhetoric is that? No disrespect to homeboy that was up here, that was talking to me on my panel. Everyone believes what they believe, but the country is not a business, sweetheart. It isn't. This is more like a community. There's intricate parts of this country. There's intricate parts of business as well, but it's not a business. I'm just being honest. What are we consuming? According to our president and his little buddy, Muskrat, things like Social Security are entitlements, which means they're handouts. We give you, the government, we give that to you. Last time I checked, when I look at a paycheck, I have things taken out of it. And Social Security is one of them, which means I worked and you took that money from me so that I can have at least a decent retirement stage of my life, which means that is paid into. Social Security is not a fucking handout. Are you guys dumb? You have to be dumb. You have to be. Mad disrespectful to veterans, mad disrespectful to the elderly, mad disrespectful to the disabled and the ones who cannot take care of themselves. How dare you? Your money most definitely isn't being taken. You guys get tax breaks, tax cuts. It's our money that's being taken and put into a system that's supposed to work for us when the time is right. And they want to dismantle it. They want to privatize it and sell it off to their billionaire friends. Something that we work towards. The malarkey. This right here shows you, for everyone who said that he wasn't racist, this shows you that he most definitely is. He most definitely is. Never ever forget where you constantly keep hearing it from. And it's over here. He's trying to speed up the process to get your minority ass the hell up out of here. He can't do it with us. You can't do it with the negritas and the negritos. You can't do it. But what you can do it with is the overpopulous population of Latinos. you know, the population that in numbers actually has outnumbered you European descent people, you people from the mountains of Caucasus. As I stated before, that's not a diss. I say that when I talk about Karens and things like that, not all white people. I love everybody. I have all races in my family, okay? I am a multiracial person. That is beside the point. You know, my husband gave me a heads up and was like, maybe you should like not say that anymore because some people might think that you're being racist. And I'm like, I'm not. I say that to be funny. Everybody over here knows that I say that to be funny. So it has biblical meaning as well, but we're not gonna go there. That's supposed to be where Noah's Ark is or whatever, but that we'll save that for another time. My point is that you're using this as a tool. Yes. Where's what? In my bag. Oh my God. Cry baby here. Cry baby. But yes, this is another way to lower the numbers. I hope you are paying attention, Latino community. You guys are the ones that voted for him overwhelmingly, and these are your people that he is being inhumane to. These are some of your family members that you decided to vote against, that you did not care about. And now you want to cry and be upset with Black people for not standing side by side with you because your people are getting deported, mistreated, messed over. We actually did try to help you. We tried to tell you from the beginning that this man was all talk. He was telling you something, selling you a dream, and it was going to happen just this way. You chose not to listen to us. You chose not to believe us. You chose to go the other way. So because you chose to go the other way, this is what you get. Look on the screen. That's for you. That's for all of you. That's for owners of small business. That's for the farmers. That's for the Latino community. This is for you. You effed around and now you're finding out. You can't cry about it. I respect the ones who said, you know, I was thinking about the economy. That's all that was on my mind. I was hearing his views. I agreed. Even the crazy ones that said we more related to him. You know what I mean? Like his values, what he believes in is similar to us, which is preposterous to me because I'm so lost. His religious views aren't like you guys. The sense of family, it's not like you guys. I'm confused here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my Cuban family members told me wrong. I'm just confused here. You guys acted like you can't make your mind up yourself. Okay, completely did not use your intelligence. You were not inteligente. Seriously, you were not. you lost it somewhere. You lost it somewhere. You lost it somewhere. Well, you're going to quickly find it. And I'm going to sit back and watch. I'm going to drink my tea. Okay, my lemongrass tea. And I'm going to watch you find it all on your own. This is ridiculous and it is going to get worse. It is a shit show at this point. It's circus. The only difference is that there's a bunch of clowns. Thank you guys so much for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate all of you like always. I wouldn't be able to do this without any of you. So I definitely appreciate all the love and the support that I receive from each and every one of you. I shall be back later. Enjoy your St. Patty's Day. Be careful. Don't drink too much. Make sure you see the bartenders on your way out. And have a good one. Until next time, my friends.